Welcome to The Back and Forth, the show by co-parents
for co-parents,
talking about the things that co-parents go through. I'm Kevin, and this is
Chanel.
Let's go. So, there's a person on social media. He created a reel, and very, very, very popular guy. Chanel, I think you may know him. But he created.
I think I do know him.
Yeah, he created a reel, and I think it was a very interesting topic that I wanted to put on our show here. You know, we'll give him credit after we see it, but I just want to pull it up. Make sure I pull it up to get it right so we can hear it. Let me see here. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here it comes. I'm putting it in the middle right here.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, co-parents? Check this out. So I'm sitting here at the airport, and this lady is going off on her child. She has called him everything, every name in the book except for a child of God. And then it topped it off. She just said, "You're just like your daddy." And the child just sat there and looked at her. You know, how much effort does it take just to say something that's positive to a child? I'm just saying.
Wow. Look at that guy. Look at that guy.
You know,
Shout out to Kev. Once again, you're just taking over the show.
Here's the thing, Chanel. I told my wife, you know, I was trying to get ready for some parts. I'm gonna be on the road, so I got to get ready to get some content ready to go so I can post it. So when I get up to where we're going, I'll have to be able to post. I'm not trying to scrounge to make up stuff. And I told her it sat on my spirit. I said, watch I run into something on the airport. And I told her, and she could confirm it. I said, somebody gonna be going off on their child in the airport.
Oh God.
And I was standing there at the gate, and this lady went off on her child. When I say off, you would have thought she was talking to another adult. This child couldn't have been no older than 8, 9, probably wasn't 10 years old. Short little child. She went off on this little boy. You'd have thought that he stole something from her. But she called him every name in the book.
Wow.
And people were looking like, oh, is somebody going to say something or do something? For one, I'm not stepping in the middle of nobody else's mess unless she don't raise her hand at that child. I don't want to get involved in that, because next thing you know, I end up not missing my flight or something like that. And I don't make my flight because I don't stuck my nose in somebody else's business. I don't know what's going on. Little kid could have stole some candy or something like that for all we know. And she was just trying to correct them. I don't know. All I'm saying is this right here. When she went off and called him all those names, she was cussing at him and everything. And then she said, and you're just like your daddy. Somebody let their feelings get involved in the conversation. Because the little boy just stood there. He was just standing there. He didn't say a word because he probably was scared to say something. He probably scared to get snatched up for all we know. So we have to do better. We've seen examples of this. Just the last video, the young man sat there and he was trying to be calm. The little girl, his little daughter, was going off on him. Turning around, what is a child supposed to do, Chanel, if the parent is going off from in front of everybody and the parent doesn't care? What is a child supposed to do? And I said, how do you think a child would feel in that situation?
Well, to answer that question, I know what I want to say, but to answer that question, what does a child feel in that situation? The child feels defeated. He feels defeated. He feels like his dad is obviously defeated as well, you know, like his dad is not a winner. And that's just, it's terrible. And what I really wanted to say is we have to do better. We have to do better. I know that we put ourselves in situations where, you know, we have children in these homes where the father isn't there. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, now you're ready to have another generation of children, grandchildren. You think that little boy gonna be in the house with that woman that's talking to him just like you've been talking to him?
Yeah.
He gonna run just like that little 8-year-old. He probably wanted to run.
Yeah.
And when he's 18, 28, 38, what do you think he's gonna do? He's gonna run. Because he had to listen to you do that to him all his life. Now he don't have to do that. He just gonna run. And guess what? Your grandchildren are going to grow up in a household where he ain't there. We got to do better. We've got to do better. There's a way to communicate, just like we talked about in the last topic. Okay, it's one thing to express your feelings, but there's a way to do it. And how do you learn that way? We learn that as children from our parents. Firstly, we learn that from our parents. And if it's the incorrect way, hopefully you got somebody that cares about you enough to teach you the correct way of communicating. But 9 times out of 10, people are not trying to go out of their way to like, who doing that? You know, the teachers ain't getting paid enough to.
Yeah.
You know, they just gonna let you go. They just gonna let you go on and live your life. Good luck.
Yes.
You know, so we as parents and as moms, as the main, I won't say the main, but you know, at that age, the main nurturer in that child's life, we've got to put these fundamentals in there as much as, because by the time they're 18, they're not trying to learn nothing from nobody. They think they know it all. And you've taught them what they know. And that part, what you just showed him, he ain't gonna forget that. And if he's lucky enough to go and, I'm sorry, go ahead. What's up?
Here comes the contrarian here.
All right, go ahead.
I've been holding this in my back pocket for the whole show. I want to pull it out right now. Pull it out right now. Go
ahead, pull it out. What you got?
No, I don't need this. I can see it. What if?
Praise God.
What if, Chanel, the mom is basically repeating the cycle? So the way she was raised, she's basically turning around and doing the exact same thing. Absolutely. And the way her mother raised her was the exact same way. And so she doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
And so she is basically raising this child. Remember what I said at the beginning of the show? Raise the child that you have, not the child that you were. If you don't seek help because you think everything is fine, everything is great, and the way you were raised, it might not have been the best, but you survived and you're still here, you're not trying to do better, are you? Are you trying to do better, or are you just getting by?
We really need to answer that question truthfully, though, Kat. Like,
go ahead.
Okay. Can we really honestly say, yeah, there's some people that can say, you know, I had a great, you know, I had no traumatic experiences. I had no toxicity in my family. You know? Some people may say that, may be able to say that. But a lot of us cannot say that.
Yes.
And unless we go ahead and reflect on the roots that our tree has grew up from, we will continue to produce the same fruit that we got from our childhood. Unless we go ahead and change the roots, and then we want to produce different fruit for our children to experience.
Yes.
But we got to be honest with ourselves, because if we keep saying, oh, you know, I've dated people that, oh, I have, you know, my parents were together, and, you know, they on paper, everything looks perfect. But then you stick around for a little bit, you like, oh, y'all got all kind of stuff y'all done swept up under the rug. Yeah, so your parents were together, but your dad was traveling all the time. Where was your dad? Why was your dad? He didn't even have to travel, but he was traveling. Oh, he was. Okay. But y'all happy to say that he was, you know, your parents were still together, but your dad was. So now you have pretty much grown up without a father, but you're so proud to say that your parents are still together. You see what I'm saying? So then, you know, me being the counselor at home, a dig and find out, well, then why you don't like women? Why you don't respect women? Well, because your dad wasn't there, so your mom disrespected you because she didn't have the husband there to disrespect, so she disrespected you. You know, so we got to be honest about what our environment really was in order for us to seek and get the help that we need to change the next generation to make sure that they have it better than what we did.
Ooh. You know, judge a tree by the what that it produces.
The fruit.
Not the leaves.
Not the leaf, honey.
Because those leaves are those aspirations that you have. Oh, my child's going to be this, and we're going to be this, and we're going to do this. You know, I see so-and-so doing this, so I'm going to do this. But what about the child? What have you produced? You know, and what that fruit that you have bore is absorbing from you. And so you might be living that lifestyle where you want to be like somebody else. But what are you portraying to your child?
Right. Poison.
Your child sees one thing, what you may think is something else. You may think you're doing a great job, but like Chanel said, if you're not seeking help, some kind of therapy, a coach, mentor, trainer, you're not seeking anything to better yourself, you're stuck in the same rut.
Right. And you first got to be honest about that.
Yeah, you may be trying not to repeat what happened to you in your past, but if you don't know how to, you're still stuck there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So we have to do better.
Yeah.
And the only way you're going to do better is by doing something totally opposite of what was done before you. You're going to have to go out and seek the Chanels and the Kevins and the different coaches and the mentors out there, people who have lived something that you're going through, who have the experiences, who have life experiences that can help you in these situations. Because if you don't, we're raising another generation of children that's going to come around and repeat the same thing that we just did. And We'll wonder why we're sitting there with grandkids that we're tired of looking at because we got so many grandkids, or we don't know our grandkids because our children don't bring our grandkids around. And we're wondering why. As we sitting there in our elderly state, we could be 40, 50 years old with grandkids that we don't even get to experience and see because of the relationship we built with our children. Or the relationship we didn't build with our children.
Okay, that's it. And you know, we got to go back to just really being honest. You know, because if you lie to yourself, you fooling yourself. You ain't fooling nobody else. We don't really care. I'm gonna sleep well tonight. But when you get honest with yourself, that's when you can make the change. And you go to somebody, you say, "Listen, I'm a mess." My best clients were the clients that came and said, Chanel, I'm a mess and I need help. Not because you came because a traumatic experience happened, but you decided, you know what? I've got to do better.
Self-awareness.
You say it again.
Self-awareness.
Yes.
I mean, because you got to admit it to yourself that you have a problem.
Yes. That's the key point. Because if I got to tell you got a problem, we're not going to really get far.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be fighting me every step of the way. And I really don't got that kind of time.
Most definitely. Yeah.
if I got to keep telling you this is your problem, how long this relationship going to last? Because I'm going to get sick and tired of telling you that you have a problem, because you're going to fight me about instead of trying to work on the solution, you're going to be fighting me trying to listen. I've been self-aware. I've gone through the help. I've gone through the counseling. I've gone through all of the stuff I'm talking to you about. That's not something I haven't gone through. I had to be self-aware so that I cannot produce another generation of what I went through. And shout out to my parents. They were amazing. But at the same time, God wants to continue to elevate us so that we continue to produce and multiply productivity. Not the same thing. Yeah. I don't want my son to grow up to be just like me. No, I want him to be better. I want him to be better. And if we really take a look and say, you know what, I'm not just thinking about myself, but I'm thinking about the generation after me, the legacy that I'm leaving behind. We will do the things that we need to do to make sure that we're good, so that we can be able to pour. When you recognize that you're empty, and then you're not pouring into your children. Yeah. But you're not going to pour into your children until you recognize that, first of all, you're empty. You're empty. That's why they're empty.
Yeah, boy, that's like pouring into a glass with no bottom in it.
I'm done.
Oh my gosh. You done sat there and start preaching. You about to start whooping across that stage. You about to start jumping. I'm like, I'm about to get it, boy. Boy, I mean, it's and what you say is so true, because you also look at it from this standpoint, Chanel. Who's surrounding you? Because if you got a bunch of yes people around you telling you what you want to hear, who's saying that what you're doing is the right thing, but nobody's there to contest you or hold you accountable for the things that they know that you should be improving upon or doing better, you're never going to go anywhere. You might as well just have an entourage.
Right.
But it's weird when you have an entourage and you ain't got nothing. So I say that to mean this right here. You could have all this stuff, all these materialistic things. But at the end of the day, it means nothing if you don't have anybody to share that with. Your child doesn't want to have anything to do with you.
Yeah.
Your parents don't want to have anything to do with you. Your ex-spouse, your ex-boyfriend, your ex-girlfriend, whoever don't want to have anything to do with you, because morally you're ruined.
Yeah.
And you're thinking that what you're doing is the right thing. Everybody else be darned. I don't care about what everybody's opinion is. But how long can we live like that?
Yeah.
You know, what example are we setting for our children?
Yeah.
What example are we setting for someone else out there who may be looking at you? Who may be waiting for you to have your breakthrough moment so they can get theirs, so they can receive their blessing.
You talking about me going to church. You going to church right now.
I'm just saying, Chanel, somebody has to be released from this stuff.
Yes.
And until you can be released from it, somebody else is being held back because they're looking at you.
Absolutely.
To grow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my God. Woo. That is, woo. That's incredible. It's incredible because, you know, I'm so trying not to go to church, but I mean, it's just in me. I'm sorry, but it's a trick of the enemy to get us to be so complacent in the mediocrity of our thoughts, just, you know, in our own flesh. Let's just say it that way. Our flesh is so mediocre. And like I said, I'm not trying to go to church here, but if you are watching this show, if you don't know this by now, I love Jesus with all of my heart and I got to talk about him. But if you really get into the spirit realm, you will understand that this is so much bigger than us. It is so much bigger than us. And like Kev says, somebody is waiting for you to get their breakthrough because that's going to open up the trail for them. You're going to blaze that trail and you'll be doing things that you never thought you would do because you were so confined into the box that maybe society, your family history, whatever has put you in. But to break through the flesh part and get into the spirit and understand the destiny that God has for you, you will catapult into your destiny. And that person, guess what? They don't have to go through the itty bitty steps to get there. They will catapult as well. This could be your children, your grandchildren, everything could be doing some amazing things. But because we get into the pettiness of, I don't feel like it. I don't want to be the big person. I just want to do what everybody else do. I just want to do what everybody else is doing this. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
Knowing it's not right. Knowing that you have been convicted of that thing for a long time. You've been convicted of that situation that you're in for a long time. And the reason why you're being convicted of it, because guess what? Now it's affecting your children.
Yes.
Now you're stopping their destiny because they're not going to be great because guess what? You have not even made it mandatory for them to be great.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to go to church, Kev, because I know we're gonna go overboard over time, and I'm not trying to do that. But I just felt that I needed to say that because sometimes we think so small. We think so small about the impact that we're having on our own lives, our children's lives. But this is a generational thing.
Yes.
We're breaking generational curses. We only got one chance to do that.
People say I'm living my best life. You only get one.
We only get one.
Yeah, and so
you don't get to choose which life you're gonna live. You better live the best one right now.
Yeah, taking it home, how many times have you heard somebody say that child didn't even stand a chance when they were born because of the situation they're born into?
Yeah.
But who are we to say that's a limiting belief right there?
Limiting.
Because we can all change.
Yeah.
You have to choose to change, want to change, and be willing to put in the hard work.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be easy. Because anything that you achieve easily, it can be what you achieve easily can be easily taken away from you. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to work at it. And these communication skills and these life skills that we're trying to teach you all, this stuff is real. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, but you have to be willing and accepting that in order to change, it's going to take some work.
Yeah.
And just like my co-host here, it takes work to figure out that this is not a catapult. I don't know what that is. That's a ramp, Chanel.
I was trying to do a rocket, like
you said a catapult. Like
just shoot you off. What is a catapult? Then you show me. Educate me.
Well, this is a trebuchet, and it throws it. Catapult, when they pull it back and they shoot it off. Pull it back.
I was trying to I'm trying to get
you
it
did
out there.
You did the. I don't know what you were doing. That was like.
I was making the sound when it's shot out of the thing.
I don't. You don't have to abuse me. I apologize.
Isn't that the sound it makes?
I'm sorry. I don't want to cause any problems here. I want to cause any problem. We're at the end of the show, and we had a great show. And I just want to make sure we ended on a good note because I don't want any problems. I don't want none of that smoke. So I'm just trying.
You about to get this smoke. You about to get the smoke.
There it goes, right there.
You about to get this. You about to get this smoke.
That's why little kids be doing this when the mom be yelling at them.
That voice change. Yeah. That voice change to get real low, and
you start talking like talking under your.
You about to get the smoke.
The smoke. So Chanel, we have come to the end of another great show. Tell the people where they can find you and what you got going on.
Absolutely. So you guys can find me on IG at Chanel Renee Speaks. All of everything I got going on is right there on IG. We just trying to help these co-parents, really trying to help support these co-parents, help them understand. I mean, we're raising a whole different generation, and we're just trying to help be assistance to the others out here that are trying to navigate through this co-parenting world. So that's what we're doing. That's what I got going on, Kev. Where can they find you?
Right now, you can find me not at my house because I'm still out of town. No, but you can find me.
If y'all really are searching for him.
Yeah, you can find me on IG at Kevin_L_Scott. From there, you go to my bio page. You'll see my website. And if you are in the need of trying to better your communication skills with other co-parent or your child, click on to get a free coaching consultation. Let's see if we are a good fit. Because I'm trying to do this for you. It's not for me. I'm trying to share what I have with you all so we can break through this thing so you can have your breakthrough so that your child does not have to sit there watching you struggle through things, if that's what's happening to you. Also, my IG page, I'm posting every day out there. I'm giving you good content that you can use, not only for just co-parenting and parenting, but also in real life, because these communication skill things don't just work for co-parents, they work for everybody. So it's like a lot of common sense type things, but as we all know, common sense ain't that common. And so
get it on Amazon. Get it on Amazon, free shipping.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what that meant. She derailed the show.
I just say they can get some common sense on Amazon. It's free shipping.
Said before we prayed, I prayed that she would not take the show off the rails, and she just did it. She would not let me be great. I was just trying to close the show out. She just had to go in there and throw her 2 cents in there. I don't even know.
I just said they could go on Amazon Prime.
Hey, everybody. Great show. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and notify button and come back next week when we come back with some more content, some more great content, some more hot topics for you co-parents, you blended parents, step parents, bonus parents, additional parents, village parents. You know what kind of parents you are. With that being said, Chanel, I'm telling people to stay safe and be blessed. Take us home.
Y'all just put God first. Put God first. Just put God first in everything that you do. Be safe out here in these streets.
Okay, well that was a soft landing. Guys, we out. Chanel with her weak landing.
What?
We done.
Yes, God first, second, second.